After my girlfriend was in a car accident, she forgot everyone except me. Only later did I discover it was all intentional. When Sophia, my longtime partner, lost her memory, I became the sole person erased from her mind. No matter how hard I tried, she couldn't recall our shared memories and even treated me like a lunatic. Everything became clear when I accidentally overheard her phone call with a friend who needs real amnesia. I just want some excitement, watching him squirm as I flirt with other men. My heart froze. I broke up with her on the spot and scheduled a brain surgery that carried memory loss risks. Sophia showed no reaction to the breakup. After all, she was committed to her amnesiac act, now fully convinced I'd never been her boyfriend. While packing my belongings at her place, she returned home from the hospital with a handsome young man in tow. Her new source of excitement. No doubt, she hadn't even waited to recover fully. "Why are you in my house?" she demanded, clinging to her charade. I knew better than to argue with someone determined to play dumb. The man beside her spoke instead. "He's here to collect his things after the breakup." Sophia snorted. "I don't remember any relationship with you. But since everyone claims it happened, I'll humor you. Just make sure you don't steal anything that isn't yours." Her icy demeanor almost convinced me she'd truly forgotten. If I hadn't heard that damning call, if she'd simply fallen out of love, I'd have walked away quietly. But orchestrating this cruel theater, turning our beautiful memories into a fly-infested stew, disgusting. I kept packing under their watchful gaze. Their flirtations escalated, whispers, touches, kisses meant for my eyes. Each interaction twisted the knife deeper. Maybe she was right. Maybe the thrill came from my helpless witness. My belongings filled a single bag, some clothes, a few trinkets. Holding it up, I interrupted their embrace. "Sophia, want to check what I'm taking? Just leave already." She snapped, not bothering to look. The pain hit like a gut punch. Tears blurred my vision as I staggered out, finally letting them fall around the corner. My phone rang soon after. "Ryan, confirm your surgery schedule ASAP." I'd booked the procedure before the breakup. The migraine started months ago, sleepless nights. Then the diagnosis, a benign brain tumor with malignant potential. I delayed surgery fearing memory loss, terrified of forgetting her like she'd forgotten. Now, survival mattered more than love. Let them remove the tumor and the part of me that still cared. The treatment plan was set, but the cost loomed. As a skilled artist and photographer in Shanghai's expensive sprawl, I lived comfortably but saved little. Time to hustle, for money, and for a future without lies. As I stepped out of the elevator on the first floor, I ran into Sophia Williams. There she was with her new boyfriend Alexander Taylor, his arm possessively around her waist. "Ryan, what are you doing at the hospital? Are you sick?" Sophia frowned slightly. I found it odd. Wasn't she the one who kept pretending to have amnesia? Why the sudden concern now? "Visiting a friend," I answered curtly. "What kind of friend?" She caught herself mid-question, pressing her lips together. Her scrutinizing gaze lingered on me, brimming with unspoken suspicions. I almost laughed. "With that much drama, you should be in Hollywood. The acting world's missing out on a rising star." Alex tightened his grip on her waist and said with exaggerated concern, "Sophia, are you sure about canceling your important meeting just for my physical? I feel terrible about this." How childish. This pathetic attempt to flaunt their relationship in front of an ex? Seriously? My temples throbbed as the headache intensified. When I tried to leave, Alex blocked my path. "You look pale, Ryan," he sneered, not hiding some embarrassing condition. "Are you? Why don't you join us later? Sophia's making me tonic soup might do you some good too." My eyebrows shot up. During our time together, she'd never once cooked for me. Guess I just wasn't worth the effort. "Excuse me," I said, brushing past them. "Come on. When's the last time you had homemade soup?" Alex grabbed my arm. Persistent. "Where are you rushing off to?" We'll give you a ride. The combination of his nagging and my pounding headache made me jerk my arm away harder than intended. To my astonishment, this grown man collapsed like a fainting Victorian maiden. Ryan, how dare you lay hands on him? Sophia's voice turned arctic as she helped her theatrically groaning boyfriend up. I glanced outside at the glaring sunshine. Now I understood why it wasn't raining today. This clown had drained all the moisture from the atmosphere with his nonsense. Did I hurt your precious boy toy? I snapped. He collapsed like a house of cards. Maybe you should lay off the eyeliner and hit the gym. Sophia's eyes turned murderous. Apologize. Now, or you know what I'm capable of. Emboldened, Alex smirked at me while massaging his injured elbow. Bystanders began filming, their whispers sharpening into accusations. Look at that jealous loser. Probably can't get a date to save his life. Needs serious therapy. My vision pulsed red with each throb of my headache. Alex clasped Sophia's hand with performative tenderness. It's okay, darling. Ryan's just bitter. Though I do worry about his temper. Did he ever hurt you when you were together? The crowd erupted in condemnation. Scumbag, someone shouted. Camera phones clicked like angry cicadas as my entire existence became public enemy number one. Are you going to apologize? Sophia still wore a frosty expression, her gaze sharp with warning. Under pressure, I gritted my teeth and muttered, I'm sorry, it was my fault. My body trembled slightly from suppressed emotions. Her eyes flickered with something indecipherable. May I leave now? When she remained silent, I turned and walked away quickly, refusing to become tonight's spectacle. Ryan, her voice trailed after me alongside footsteps. But she never caught up. Interrupted by another voice, Sophia. I feel dizzy. Help me get checked. What a pair of drama queens. They should take their act to Hollywood instead of harassing me. I'm done with their games. 2 days later, my boss assigned me a high-profile project requiring both photography and portrait painting. The client paid enough to cover my surgery with surplus. I accepted immediately. Only later did I discover the client was Alex, who specifically requested me. My task? Photographing his new couple portraits with Sophia and painting their lovey-dovey tableau. Arriving at the beach, I instinctively framed shots to accentuate Sophia's beauty, whether she posed alone or with others. I always captured perfection. The kissing shots were mere icing on the cake. Throughout the shoot, my heart remained still as stagnant water. During final consultations about painting references, Alex flipped through photos mockingly. Impressive skills. Ryan. Remarkable composure. I shrugged. Client satisfaction matters. They selected a sunset silhouette shot, hands clasped. Radiant smiles bathed in golden hour glow. My eyes lingered imperceptibly on Sophia. Our first photo together had similar lighting. 2 awkward teenagers stealing glances. Does she still keep it? Irrelevant now. Packing my gear, I hailed a cab. After completing this job, the surgery could finally happen. What would I forget? Hopefully Sophia. This constant ache needs to stop. Let me erase her completely. Alex kept harassing me with urgent calls, deliberately putting Sophia on speaker. She played along, cooing sweet nothings like a contented kitten. While painting, her image invaded my mind, the curve of her lashes, wind-tousled hair strands. Each vivid memory intensified my migraines, forcing me to swallow painkillers to resist head-banging urges. The sunset hues proved maddening. Color mixing, brushstrokes, gradient blending, every step tormented me. That damned golden glow. For 5 days, I barely slept or rested, surviving on instant noodles until my entire being became a shadow of exhaustion. As I set down the final brushstroke, I gazed at the completed work. In this oil painting, Sophia's smile didn't mirror the reference photo but bloomed with the warmth from my memories. Every pigment blend, every textural detail, had been meticulously perfected. Leaning back in my chair with a long exhale, I closed my burning eyes. The sudden vibration of my phone shattered the silence. Ring. Alex's name flashed on the screen. Ryan, is the painting ready? His voice carried its usual impatience the moment I answered. Tomorrow's the deadline. Fail to deliver, and I'll deduct fees per our contract. My throat scraped like sandpaper after days of disuse. It's finished, I rasped, clearing my throat. When shall I deliver it? Alex? Now. To our residence. The line went dead. Carefully packaging the still damp canvas consumed another hour. When I finally stood, the room tilted violently. Gripping the table's edge, I swallowed bitter laughter. Delivering a romantic portrait to my ex-girlfriend and her new lover, rock bottom had never felt so literal. The taxi ride passed in a haze of half-sleep. By the time we reached the gated community, my limbs moved like lead weights. Each doorbell chime echoed through the mansion's marble foyer until Alex finally appeared. Bathrobe clinging to damp skin. Smugness radiating from his smirk. My apologies, Ryan, he drawled, not sounding sorry at all. We were occupied. Behind him, Sophia emerged in diaphanous silk, her gasp slicing through my fading consciousness as the world dissolved into static. My knees buckled concrete heavy against the manicured lawn. The sharp sting of antiseptic roused me hours later. Through heavy lids, I caught fragments of Sophia's voice at the nurse's station. Just a friend, covering his bills, call if. Her retreating footsteps left only the heart monitor's beep for company. When the doctor arrived, his clipboard might as well have been a mirror. Every diagnosis confirmed what I already knew. Survival required more than stubbornness now. Mr. Johnson, your condition is quite concerning. The doctor looked troubled as he spoke to me. You're aware of your situation. Working yourself to the bone like this is taking a severe toll on your body. I forced a smile. Gotta pay for the surgery somehow, right? You really should proceed with the operation as soon as possible. The physician didn't mince words. Presenting the imaging report. See here? The tumor shows signs of malignant progression and metastasis. After listening to his explanation, I asked, does my friend from earlier know about this diagnosis? The doctor shook his head. This report just came in, and since she's not family, we couldn't disclose any information without your consent. Good. For some reason, I felt an inexplicable sense of relief. Rather than feeling burdened by my illness, I experienced strange liberation. Once this surgery was over, the tumor would be gone. My memories might become fragmented. But if this meant forgetting Sophia completely, perhaps those late-night bouts of heartache would finally cease. That seemed worth any price. I signed the consent form without hesitation. Lying on the gurney, fragmented memories surfaced through the anesthesia's haze until darkness claimed me. I awoke to sterile white ceilings, consciousness returning in sluggish waves. A hand waved before my eyes as Jason's voice cut through the fog. Ryan, you alive in there? When I failed to respond immediately, he started bellowing. Nurse, get the doctor. My buddy's brain got scrambled during surgery. Jason, I finally croaked. This is a hospital. Keep it down. The stocky man broke into a grin. You jerk. How could you hide something this serious from us? We've been worried sick. Rubbing my temples, I confessed. My mind feels hollow, like parts are missing. Jason began rapid-fire testing. Remember Chris Young? James Lee? Henry Ho? He listed dozens of names I easily recalled. Finally, he hesitated. What about Sophia? My forehead creased as I struggled through mental fog. Hazy images flickered at the edges of consciousness, elusive as smoke. Seeing my pained expression, Jason backtracked. Never mind. You need rest. Exhaling slowly, I admitted. That name, it means nothing to me. Jason's smile didn't reach his eyes. Good. Just some college classmate we lost touch with after graduation. During my lengthy recovery, Jason organized a parade of visitors bearing fruit baskets and nutritional supplements. We made plans for post-discharge adventures, their camaraderie easing the hospital's monotony. On discharge day, my doctor finalized instructions while Jason gathered my belongings. As we exited through the hospital's sliding doors, my steps faltered. A familiar-looking woman stood across the street with a male companion. Something wrong? Jason asked too quickly. Nothing. I stared at the brunette, whose features tugged at buried memories. Just déjà vu. Jason grabbed my wrist and chuckled. Ryan, that's not right of you. You can't just assume you've met every pretty girl you see. Can you? That kind of pickup line is way too corny. I laughed and joked back. Get lost. Do I seem like that kind of person? As we kept walking, the woman suddenly called out. Ryan, are you pretending not to see me? I covered your medical bills last time. At least say thank you. Bewildered, I glanced at Jason for answers. Didn't we repay you already? Jason retorted irritably. Stop bothering him. He tried pulling me away. But the woman persisted. You think I care about the money? But is a thank you too much to ask after I rushed you to the hospital? Her aggressive tone annoyed me. Miss, do we know each other? If you really helped me, then thank you, sincerely. But I truly don't recognize you. Please stop this. My firm response made her freeze. Her sharp demeanor faltered, replaced by confusion and panic. Well, what did you say? Ryan, you don't remember me? She noticed my cropped hair and surgical scar. What happened? Why didn't the doctors tell me you needed major surgery? I frowned. Even if we knew each other before, we couldn't have been close. After all, Jason knew about my hospitalization, and many friends had visited. If this woman mattered, wouldn't I have informed her? Let's go. Jason. She chased after us and yanked my arm. No. Explain this. Why remember Jason but forget me? A sudden headache made me press my temples. Seeing my discomfort, her aggression softened. I'm sorry, I'm just... Sophia? Jason snapped. Enough. Ryan just got discharged. He can't handle your drama. Never contact him again. His glare shifted to a man nearby. Sophia clenched her jaw, desperation bleeding through. Ryan. I'm Sophia. You're... Shut it. Jason slapped her hand away. Your trash isn't worth mentioning. He dragged me toward the exit. Ignore that lunatic. If she's sick, she should get her brain checked instead of making scenes. Ryan. Sophia took 2 steps, but stopped. When I glanced back, she stood frozen like a lost soul. Only after we drove off did Jason finally relax. Sophia, why does that name sound familiar? I asked. After a pause, Jason grimaced. Remember why I warned you about her? That woman's a psycho. I blinked. But she looks normal. She was our classmate. Obsessed with you. You kept rejecting her because she's unstable. Recalling her hysterics. I nodded. Makes sense. Jason glanced at me. The more you avoided her, the crazier she got. When you kept refusing, she started spreading rumors, claimed you dated, and she dumped you. Total nut job. Notice the guy with her earlier? That's her current boyfriend. And she still grabbed you right in front of him. Psycho behavior, right? The logic stacked up. Definitely unhinged. Just run if you see her. No hesitation. Got it. Back at my apartment, Jason helped clean before leaving at dusk. Nightfall brought an inexplicable emptiness, like missing something vital yet undefined. In the silence, a thought struck me. Would life be easier if I moved somewhere else? This thought seemed to emerge from nowhere yet felt ever present, buried deep in my heart. Had I always wanted to leave this city? Only after letting go of certain things did this desire grow clearer. Staring at the brightening stars, my restlessness peaked. I couldn't resist calling my studio boss. Boss, I want to resign. The boss sounded surprised. Ryan, what's this sudden decision? Any trouble? I explained my thoughts truthfully. After pondering, he said, Truth is, I've always considered you exceptional. Outstanding work ethic. Approachable personality. I'll genuinely miss you. But since you've made up your mind, I won't dissuade you. Just remember, starting fresh in unfamiliar territory costs money. Let me advance the pending payments from your accumulated projects. After lengthy advice, he concluded, anyway, go for it. If trouble arises, just ask. This old mentor will always help. Thanks. I smiled, hanging up with newfound lightness. I slept soundly until the doorbell shattered the morning calm at 8:03. Ding dong. Ding dong. Groggily answering. I found Sophia fuming outside. Ryan, where are you fleeing? Her accusatory tone stunned me. Only the boss knew my decision last night. He'd informed colleagues, but never leaked to obsessive types like Sophia. Had she planted spies at work? This confirmed Jason's warnings about her being an absolute stalker. Noticing my wary gaze, Sophia frowned. Speak up. Why stare like that? Slam. I shut the door without hesitation. Silence lingered before her furious voice erupted. Really, Ryan? Slamming doors? Playing hard to get now? Who taught you this? When I stayed silent, she banged the door. Come out. Explain yourself. MS. Williams. Are you insane? I snapped. What's wrong with you showing up at my place first thing in the morning acting crazy? The banging stopped. Her voice turned wounded. You're scolding me? You never criticized me before. No matter how I acted. Ryan. What's changed? Irritation surged. I don't know what you're talking about. Leave now or I'll call the police. Undeterred, she taunted. Go ahead. I'm not budging. Rubbing my temples, I realized the law couldn't remove harmless nuisances. Police might not even come. I called Jason. Ryan? This early? His groggy voice answered. Sophia's camping outside my door. What? She's actually lost it? Hold on, I'm coming. Guarding the entrance against potential break-ins. Entirely possible with this madwoman. I heard her sneer. Why so defensive? Did Jason badmouth me? I refused to betray friends. Humph. She monologued. Always thick as thieves since high school. But I've never hurt you. This suspicion stings. Coldly, I countered. Yesterday at the hospital, you harassed me. Today's door assault. What next? Stabbing me? Never. Her voice muffled. I'd never do that. I fell silent again, leaning against the door panel as I slowly sat down. Feeling unsettled, some hidden emotion churned within me, though I couldn't pinpoint its origin. Ryan, I'm so hungry. Sophia reminisced with trembling lips. You always used to make me breakfast. I really want to eat your cooking now. Her voice cracked as she pleaded. Could you please open the door? I hesitated. Common sense dictated I should avoid this strange woman entirely, just as Jason had advised. Yet her words resonated with genuine desperation and sorrow, emotions too raw to be fabricated. Curiosity gnawed at me. Were her claims true? Had I really done all those things for her? Who exactly was she to me? With a resigned sigh, I finally unlatched the door. Sophia immediately threw herself into my arms, tearfully pounding my chest. Ryan, you jerk. Her tear-streaked face glared up at me. Why are you acting so cold? I thought I'd really lost you. Before I could react, a male voice interrupted from the hallway. Sophia, why did you come here? I've been searching everywhere. Alex appeared, yesterday's encounter flashing through my mind, the man currently dating Sophia. An inexplicable revulsion surged through me as I stiffened. MS. Williams, I said coldly. Please maintain some decorum. Her tear-filled eyes widened. You never spoke to me like this before. That was then. My impatience surfaced. If you're just here to dwell on the past, you should both leave. As I tried to retreat inside, Alex rushed forward. Sophia, let's go home. His protective glare made me want to slam the door. Sophia blocked the closing door, desperation etching her features. Wait, I need to explain. Alex grabbed her arm. Why beg this nobody? He's got nothing to offer. The sharp crack of Sophia's palm meeting Alex's cheek echoed through the corridor. Who I choose to speak with is none of your business. Her icy composure shattered his facade. You're just a temporary distraction. Get lost. Watching Alex's humiliated retreat, I reluctantly let Sophia inside. She sat clutching a water glass, words failing her until Jason's arrival broke the tension. Ryan. Jason sighed, eyeing us both. I knew you'd cave. I couldn't stand the morning pounding anymore. I muttered defensively. Jason's understanding nod did little to ease the unresolved questions hanging thick in the air between us all. After he sat down, he turned to Sophia and asked, Sophia, what exactly do you want? I want to remember. Sophia pressed her crimson lips together, looking at me. Remember our past. She recounted everything from our first meeting in school days to falling in love as young adults entering society, then living together when our careers began to stabilize, many memories I'd forgotten. Jason, who'd been listening nearby, occasionally chimed in with nostalgic additions, making me increasingly certain these events had truly occurred. Yet hearing my own story from an outsider's perspective felt indescribably surreal. When she mentioned dating Alex for thrills, making me pack my belongings in humiliation before them, I finally interrupted. So you're telling me all this, hoping I'll remember and reconcile with you? I stared into Sophia's eyes. Do you even deserve that? Frankly, getting that surgery to erase humiliating memories was the best decision I ever made. Knowing you again these past months only confirms I could never fall for someone like you. My words hung like a death sentence. She sat frozen on the couch before finally whispering, I understand. Months later, I settled in an unfamiliar small town, avoiding bustling cities to preserve my peace. Using my savings, I opened a studio to continue my creative work. The slow-paced life suited me perfectly. On the morning I unlocked my studio, the long-renovated shop next door finally revealed itself as a flower store. Intending to greet my new neighbor, I froze upon seeing the familiar face behind the glass. You remember? Sophia smiled. Arranging peonies. I always dreamed of owning a flower shop when we were students, but corporate life swallowed me whole. Her voice softened. Thank you for giving me the courage to break free and find myself again. You're welcome. Goodbye. I turned abruptly, only to have her shout behind me, all composure shattered. Ryan, why are you running like you've seen a ghost? Listen, I'll follow you wherever you go. 1 year, 3 years, 10 years if needed. I yelled back without turning. This relentless haunting makes you scarier than any ghost.